Welcome to Kismet's Kitchen. I'm Kismet, and this is my kitchen. For each of the 14 songs in the upcoming Suki Kismet release, Let It Marinate, I, Chef Suki Kismet, I will be sharing a little bit of backstory about each track and preparing a dish that is particular to that track to commemorate the first edition of this, which is the song Let It Marinate, the last track on the album produced by Frano from the North. To commemorate that song and the first song released from the album, as the song would suggest, we are going to be making some sort of marinade. So today we're going to be making a fried chicken marinade. So I'm going to get the bowl out. Let's get something clear very early on. I'm kind of like the Wheezy of cooking because I don't write anything down. I don't really measure very often. So let's get started on this. It's like a fine bourbon. Get some seeds in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got punished for saying that joke. I got like pain in my pelvis. Grater. You can also use a handheld one. I don't give a shit. Hold. This is still recording. What did I add? I added some. I'm just adding more stuff. Don't know why I'm talking right into the bowl. It's not safe. Kind of grabbing this outer layer. Okay, that's actually really effective, low-key. It's low-key, high-key, kind of effective. Yeah, that took a long time. Kind of a workout too, because it's kind of hard to get the outer edge of the onion to also be grated, and so I decided to kind of keep that to maybe just keep it with the batter, fry up little onions, because like, you know, why not? Fried onions always wins. Just a little pinch in. I don't know if it's crazy. I kind of want to put some brown sugar in this bitch. This is a clean finger. Okay, I think that's it. I'm willing to take a risk. It is finally chicken time. Chicken juice. Chicken juice. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut this into long, like, slices. If it wasn't late at night, I would use the tenderizer. I just met her. Okay, last one. Knife down. Pizza. Papa John's. And we're just gonna mix that bit around. Bowl's too small to use both hands because normally I would like to get really like in there, go to town, but really like, yeah, really rub it into that. Okay, maybe I can. Okay, I was lying. Really rub it in there too. Fold it over itself, you know, really make art with it is what I like to say always. Those who know me know that. And this will be good like just you can use this marinade for something, you know. Add it to the dish at the end, you know. Or in the middle. Or at the beginning, shit. I put that saran wrap, put that in the fridge, let it marinate, so to speak. Yeah, tomorrow, I'm gonna be talking about the song, maybe some sneak peeks about the album. So, catch you on the flip. Catch you on the flip. Goodbye. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. So it's about 12 hours later, more or less. Here right now, we're gonna get started on the sauce. We got a little bit of tomato, onion, 2 bell peppers, and also just a little bit more onion. Put your big ass pan out the thing. This pan's actually usually f***ed up because someone doesn't know how to cook. Let's talk about the song. So, yeah, Let It Marinate, track 14 off the album. So I guess the story goes back to, say about September, October, whatever year that was, 2024. I was working at a pilot house, one of the dining areas at my university, the University of Portland. Right, so the song. Back when I was working at Pilot House, my first day, got hella compliments on my dip tap. And I was like, okay, these people know some balls. And one person in particular was a feller named Mari, who I later unmasked to be Frano from the North, one of the best producers out of the Portland, Vancouver area, one of the hardest working artists, I think, in our community. Frano and Raw were 2 cooks that I met, came to learn that they were also involved in the music industry. By the end of my first year at the university, started working with them. And yeah, after the year ended, started actually going out to their studio in Vancouver. I got a beat pack from Frano with, like, you know, 30, 50, I don't know, hella beats. And then there's something about this one that was called Get to the Money 97. And it, obviously, the way I'm telling the story, it turned out to be Let It Marinate. I guess the way it sounded like to me was like, I don't know, if you're like ice skating, looking up to the sky, and you like don't know how to skate, but you're still like skating into place, if that makes sense. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay, so I knew the song just sounded like it had potential. I was originally not going to include it on the album. I didn't know if it would fit very well with the rest of the album. Other than Let It Marinate, the album is exclusively produced by Brayton, who's been a collaborator for these past couple years for me. So I was originally thinking that it was I was just gonna keep it as standalone, and then I realized make it fit on the album. I realized that like I had already had this idea of making the album the next record after Hard to Laugh and Miss the Silliness. That's what it's called? Yeah, okay. After that one, I already had this idea of making a culinary themed, restaurant themed sort of record. The more and more I listened to the song, I was like, oh yeah, this does, there's a lot of lines about like, we're gonna feast, or like, let it marinate, so like the entire title of the album, the first line of the album is, gotta let it marinate, I'm starting on a side dish. And so when I wrote that, I guess at that point I knew, the vision of this album I guess was clear from the beginning. That was the first song that I wrote, and then I honestly knew like I kind of wanted it to be one of, if not the first song on the record, so I thought it really set the tone, kind of introduces this sort of world and this sort of focus. I eventually decided that if it was going to be a standalone, it was going to be a single anyway, and it was going to be something with a video, something that I was going to put a lot of promotion into. And the more and more I listened to it, let it marinate, the game will war patience, gotta get the table set, lines like that. I was like, oh, this does relate to the theme. That was going to be like a bonus track, which honestly, now that I've listened to it a lot more, it's not even really a bonus track. I think because No Reservations to me, which once again I'll get into that, but that really feels like an outro to me, and it is an outro, kind of similar to I do a lot of my albums, where there's kind of the real outro and then a track after that to kind of end on a high note. I like doing a little and then ending it like that. This one honestly is kind of its own outro. Like it does what my typical formula or recipe pretty well, but then also kind of does it in its own way. This is, I think, probably my most unique album yet. The first line of the album being Let It Marinate, and then having the last song on the album having a line about that. Let it marinate, let it ripen, not rot, being very crucial theme, I guess, of the song and the album of, let it marinate. There's really no harm in letting it sit for longer. I believe in quality, and sometimes quality takes a long time. But that one line, let it ripen, not rot, you want to, that means let it ripen, let it wait long enough to get where it needs to be, but you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to let it rot. If you have this fruit on the tree, beautiful apple on the tree, maybe a pear, yeah, a delicious pear, because if you eat an unripe pear, that shit is ass. If you eat a ripe pear, delicious. Hear that? I'm actually going to stir this a little bit more. My fucking super long-winded point that I'm trying to make is patience is the main theme of this album. I think it's fitting that it took me so long. I wanted to let the album marinate with me before I finally decided on a title, because it was giving me a hard time. I eventually, with this revelation that the first and last track have the same idea. I think patience has been a theme of mine for a long time now. Like in, Stay Shining. Obviously, this was actually originally going to be, yeah, patience. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This song was originally, I was gonna call it Keep Shining. Also because I plan to release this before, and I want to give you time to listen to the song and let it marinate before you hear the album. It's one of the reasons. Keep shining, stay shining, be patient because it takes its time. You will be fine, the stars were made to shine. That's one of my favorite lines from that album at the time, and it remains one of my favorites. Let's talk about the video. Shout out Raw, filmed it all and then edited by my homie Max, who filmed and edited my first video for Lord of Flies. And so yeah, this was filmed between the Washougal River in Washougal, Washington, various North Portland locations, mostly the UP campus. Obviously there's Cathedral Park. There's at least two that I can think of right now, like homages to previous Suki Kismet covers or like locations. So obviously there's the Cathedral Park footage with the FTF. Wow. There's some footage, homage to the Lord of Flies video and cover on that, in front of that mural on Main Street. Bringing it all together in this short career I've had. Not a bunch of tomato paste. I'm just gonna see how much I can squeeze out the tube, if you catch my drift. This was filmed like a week before we went back, honestly. So it was cool to be on the campus where it's like completely empty. Back is getting tight. On the Queensboro rest night. Tomatoes gonna add a little bit more moisture. And yeah, you can actually see, you can't see because I'm not showing you, but I can see that the color is definitely changing. Gonna add just a little bit of, like a pinch or two, so we see. Once again, like I said, I don't be measuring, let it go crazy. Shut up, George. Oh my god, the cat is going crazy. I believe in being guided more by your senses rather than a recipe. If you're able to see what you're, I'm gonna add more cumin. See what you're doing and smell what you're doing, that's a way more accurate guide on how the dish is coming along. And then stir that hoe around. Spray that hoe. You hear it now. Yeah, you can see that. Holy shit. Woo. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm just going to do enough to kind of fill the pan. We don't want to, because we're also going to use this for our rice. So that's what it looks like now. Turn the heat up there. Yeah, so this is, shut the fuck up. It's definitely a process, like I said. I mean, look at that though. Sometimes my seasonings kind of get like clumped together and they're kind of like rocky. I don't know if they, who can relate, woo, with that. But yeah, we're entering the final stretch, and so I think it's cream time. Cream, got a whole lot of it. Got a whole lot of cream. I think probably shake it up a little bit. Just kind of add it until it looks right. Holy shit, I forgot about the basil. I also have basil for this. Yeah, it's already looking pretty good. That's the beauty of cream. How much cream? You know what? I'm just gonna add the cream. That honestly might have been too much cream, if such a thing exists, but it still looks good. These are most of the time a gamble. And so sometimes, you know, sometimes it might not be good. Rice time. Okay, we're not spilling anything. Good shit, good shit, good shit. Spilled a little. Good shit, good shit. I'm gonna stop this video because, you know, I don't know how much instruction you need. So basically, to add the rice into the bowl, or to the pot, you take the rice over the pot and you add it. Personally, I try not to waste any rice, even though it's literally impossible not to. Something I think about all the time is like how many, you know, over the years, how many individual grains of rice I've just lost and abandoned. I'm gonna recover it. I just tasted it, so I'm actually gonna uncover it again in just a minute, because I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt. I wanted to use this cool hickory like smoked salt that we have over there, but I think some moisture got in there and it's all clumped together and it's impossible to use. So we're just gonna stick with our good old-fashioned Celtic salt. The English took our salt from us. Okay, that was offensive. I've recently discovered the hack of using whipping cream in your dishes, and it is like, it's like if I'm gonna edit that out. Actually, let me think of a less disgusting analogy for what it's like. I don't know, it's good. It just vastly improves the flavor and consistency of the dish. At the same time, it kind of kills two birds with one stone. This is fun, isn't it? I guess let's do a rundown. We can do that. Shout out Ron Marty. Heard the beat and I was just like, wow, I could definitely do something with this. then I did something with that. I'm just gonna really go to town on it. So this is all covered in this little mixture we have. Patience is something I feel like I've struggled a lot with. Just trusting the process is a concept that I feel like I've incorporated a lot into my music, and especially with this new record. And I think this song is one of the best embodiments of it. Oh yeah, you hear that? Probably not. Yeah, now we're on the final leg. Like I've said, these aren't really recipes. These are the, I don't know, how do you say it? Dementations of a madman. I just gotta do stuff. I had this vision last night. It does definitely give you some good color on here. I'm gonna flip it in like, probably a minute. Flip it in a minute. Live it how you live it. Okay. Make sure it's at 165. Good sound. I'm not someone to look to for, you know, the most efficient way to do things. It takes me actually like a long time to make these. So that's why I believe in the let it marinate philosophy. Like, yeah, I'm hungry, but I'm also, especially since I'm cooking for myself, like I am willing to wait however long it takes. However long it takes for the best quality, and hopefully, inshallah, this will be the best quality. Beautiful butterflies that just flew by. Gave the sauce a good stir. Apparently, you know, it's not common practice to keep this right here, but you know, I don't want to let it go to waste. Always be resourceful. I don't know if the camera can hear that, but I'll put subtitles, because yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, that is looking pretty damn good. And my sense of smell isn't good, but I can smell that. Grab some crispy, tell me how it is.
Good crisp. I'm pretty sure once you put the sauce on it.
Uh-huh. The sauce is really good. I don't know, it's just really nice in your mouth. Pause. My phone's running out of storage. That's what I'm recording on as of now. But God, I'm gonna even add more sauce. This is delicious together. Holy shit. If the road bumpy, I'ma pedal through. Go dummy by staying sharp. If you feel the fuel, all there is to do is make it spark. Yeah, so that was Let It Marinate. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I hope you enjoy the rest of this series. Yep, that's about it. Suki again. Big Back and me took over, and so I didn't really film an outro for that. The sauce. And I think that really goes in line, you know, from this dish from start to finish took about 4 hours, because I was really, mostly just because I really wanted that sauce to be, I wanted to take the time with that one. And I think when you take your time and you let the flavors really unravel like that, beautiful things can happen. Make art with it, as I like to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first dishwasher. It's loud as shit. In spite of that, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will continue to support me in this future and let me know other ideas you have for dishes. And yeah, I've always been bad at outros, so I'm just gonna end it here. Hey, be patient, cause it takes time. You'll be fine, cause stars are made to shine. Keep shining, keep following that road of fate. It's a side note, trying to find goals to motivate. I gotta die great, live a legend too. Make you feel them vibrations like I'm really next to you. So keep moving, yo, that's what I said to do. If the road bumpy, I'ma pedal through. Go dummy by staying sharp. If you feel the fuel, all there is to do is make it spark.